Finally, the day had come. It was your birthday. You were spending the night with Akaashi and he was coming to pick you up. After hours of trying to convince your parents to let you stay the night with him, the same night they wanted to be with you, they finally gave in. It had been a week since you asked them about it, and finally the day had come. Although your parents had agreed that you were adult enough, you being a third year in high school, they still kept you with them during the day. They knew that spending the night with your boyfriend on your birthday, when you were 18 years old, was definitely not going to be sweet and innocent. Although, unfortunately for you, Akaashi wasn't all like that. He had a hard shield, and you knew that. But, all the less, you loved his company anyway. Today, though, might be different. I'm outside. From Akaashi at 1923, coming to Akaashi 1924. You walk downstairs with your backpack over your shoulder. I'm leaving now, you yelled as you put your shoes on. Your dad yelled goodbye from the room next door, and your mom gave you a hug as you were about to leave. Bye, honey. Have fun, she said with a sincere smile. Thanks, Mom. I love you, you said and grabbed the handle to the front door. Love you too. Happy birthday, she said for about the 10th time today. You chuckled and took a step outside. Happy birthday. You heard yell your dad as you walked down the pavement and the door closed behind you. Akaashi's car was parked a few meters away from your house, and you could see Akaashi in the front seat. You walked up to the car and opened the door to the passenger seat and sat down on the litter, closing the car door with a slam. Hey, Akaashi said as you entered the car. Hey! The door was closed behind you when Akaashi bent down to pick up a bag. He zipped it open and took out a cube-shaped object. Happy birthday, he said and handed you a wrapped package. You smiled broadly. Thank you, Akaashi, you said and looked at it. Can I open it? That's what presents are for, so... You laughed lightly and unwrapped the tissue of the gift. A pair of nice headphones packaged in a neat cardboard box, exactly what you had wished for. Akaashi, thank you, you said and kissed his cheek. Literally, exactly what I want. Akaashi started the car and tangled his fingers in you. He kissed the front of your hand and started driving. So, it's not that cold out. Akaashi started. After about 5 minutes of driving. No? Why? You said, wondering what point he was trying to make. I thought we could go... somewhere. Oh? Where's somewhere? You said and looked at Akaashi. Akaashi didn't say anything, although he was smiling slightly. Akaashi? You said, acknowledging him. You'll see, he said casually, and you laughed. Okay, you said and looked out the window with a smile. After about 15 minutes of driving in the dark, the car finally slowed down. From the window, you saw a tall, grassy field stretching far to the edge of a forest on the other side. Akaashi opened the car door, and you did the same, stepping into the warm but breezy night. You closed the door behind you and watched Akaashi walk to the back of the car. He opened the trunk, pulled out a backpack, and without a word, locked the car and started walking toward the field. You walked up beside him. What are we doing, Akaashi? You asked as you tangled your fingers into his glance at the backpack on his shoulder. Akaashi didn't say a word as you walked through the grass. The sound from the light wind blowing in your hair made up for the silence, as well as the crickets and slow breathing coming from the two of you. Akaashi walked up onto a smileless grassy hill and slowed down. You looked at the sky as you stopped and was amazed by the amount of stars there were. You put your hands over your mouth and gasped quietly. Oh my God! You whispered. From behind you felt a pair of arms wrap around your waist. Akashi's chin rests on your shoulder, and your arms laid themselves on top of his. You breathed and smiled. Akashi squeezed your waist, and then nuzzled his nose in the crook of your neck. And you lost your breath. You melt into his embrace. Look at the stars, Akashi, you whispered as you were looking at the lit sky. You felt Akashi's face move and look up. Yeah, he whispered, still holding you tightly to himself. Why did you take me here? You asked quietly, as if not wanting to disturb or ruin the nature around you by your voice. My parents took me here when I was younger. I remember being amazed by it, the sky. He started. I guess I just wanted to show you. Akashi's arms Akashi's arms lifted you and you felt a little colder. He bent down and opened the backpack, taking out a picnic blanket and a champagne bottle and 2 champagne glasses. You laughed. Champagne? You scoffed and sat down on the blanket in front of Akashi. Romantic, you sighed teasingly. Akashi let out a laugh and opened the bottle with a loud pop. Woo! You cheered quietly as the foam seeped out and dripped down the side of the bottle and over Akashi's hand. He poured the light and bubbly liquid into each glass and then licked his wet fingers. You watched him do it. Akashi took his glass and handed the other one to you. Since you're an adult now, he said as you accept the alcohol, to the most important birthday. Akashi raised his glass, and so did you. You laughed as your glass clanked. You raised the rim of the glass to your lips and took a sip. The strong bubbles and fruity taste filled your mouth and burned your throat for a moment, but you didn't care. You took another sip and looked at Akashi. Thank you so much. I was not expecting this, you said and looked at the sky. Don't worry about it, Akashi said. For the next few minutes, you and Akashi talk about different things, your birthday, your family, his family. Just as you were laughing about something random, a strong breeze hit you. You shivered and laid yourself down on the picnic mat, looking up at the millions of stars. Akashi lay down next to you. Cold? He asked simply and quietly. Yeah, you scoffed. Cliché. Akashi chuckled and slowly wrapped his arms around your body. You looked up at the stars and sighed. You're the best, Akashi, you said quietly and looked at him. His eyes were so beautiful, even in the dark. Stop, he said, not angrily, just his silent and calm self-expressing, his embarrassment through one quiet word. You moved your face close to him. It's true, you whispered right before you kissed his lips. It lasted for a few seconds, but Akashi pulled away. Your heart fell to the pit of your stomach. He looked up at the sky, pretending like nothing had happened, but you could see the slight guilt in his eyes. Akashi? You started. You knew that, for some reason, Akashi didn't kiss you a lot. But you thought that he might have given in today, now that it was your birthday. You raised your upper body up from the mat and put your hand on his chest. Akashi? Yes. You moved closer to him. Why don't you like to kiss me? You asked. You knew it was blunt, but you want to know. You also knew that it wasn't completely true. Akashi and you had made out in the past, but you just want to put him on the spot. Have him feel at least a little bit guilty. Although there was always that voice in the back of your head saying things like, he don't like to kiss you, or he regrets kissing you. I love to kiss you, he said. Your stomach moved and your head leaped. I just don't know how, he said. You were confused. Oh, what do you mean? You say quietly and laugh lightly. I feel like I need to satisfy you better. What? Now you were taken aback. Was he embarrassed to kiss you because he thought he was a bad kisser? Really? You crawled over Akaashi's body and sat yourself down over his crotch. Each of your legs folded around his hips. You lowered your front body over Akaashi and leaned on your arms, a foot away from his face. Satisfy me? Akaashi, you really are. I thought you just didn't like to kiss me. Akaashi scoffed. Jesus Christ, that's not why, he said and laughed. Who did you think I was? Hating your kisses? But then going all out when we're making out? I literally dream us kissing. That's how much I fucking love it. You laugh at your you laugh at yourself and so did Akaashi. When the laughing died down, you lowered your face to his and kissed him, this time feeling more passionate about it. Your lips move Your lips move in sync, and you adjust your body in a better position. Akaashi's hand rested on your head as he let your lips move freely over his. You let your tongue enter his mouth and lick his lips. Somehow, this felt like your first kiss because Akaashi was more into it this time, and it made you feel euphoric. You felt Akaashi's body move under you, and you let him slowly flip you over with him, so that he was on top. His figure towered over you, still connected by your lips, and still as passionate. He reached deeper into you, and even moved his arms to your waist, slipping his hands under your shirt, and running it from your side, exposing your chest on the air. His lips moved to your cheek, then your jaw, collarbone, and further down. Akaashi! You said, surprised extremely by his confidence. He returned to your lips to silence you. I... I can stop, he said between kisses. You breathed loudly and became wet by his words. Your lower regions pulsed. Don't... You managed to choke out, and Akaashi went wild by that single word. You could tell. He kissed your stomach and pushed your whole shirt up to your chin, even your bra. You were embarrassed if someone saw you, but honestly, you didn't even care at this point. You let Akaashi kiss your chest, even your breast, and you let him leave wet, dark marks all over you. You loved what he was doing, more than you thought, and more even than you should be. Akaashi returned to your lips and kissed you roughly again for a moment. He then slowly pulled away. Your lashes opened, and you watched his shadow leave you and lay peacefully next to you. You moved one leg over his body to get your crotch as close to him as you could, because right now you were honestly horny. Jesus, Akaashi, you start, not knowing what to say. Akaashi didn't say anything, but you could almost feel his smile. Yeah, let's do this more often, Akaashi said, and you laughed. Please. You both looked at the stars as you lay there together. Akaashi, you whispered and looked up at him. Yeah? I love you. Akaashi looked at you longer than anyone else would. I love you too.